Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Chat Away in UMMATI Station. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your time in Ramadan and after Ramadan, because we're going to leave in a bit. I mean, not me. I'm talking about Ramadan. So, what an introduction. So let us talk about our guest for today. His name is ILYAS MAO, a globally influenced artist born in Somalia and raised in Pakistan and Canada. Uniquely blends traditional and modern influences in his music. He's known for pioneering the use of his voice and mouth to create soundtracks for films, documentaries, and cartoons, with one of his songs featured in the prestigious Apple TV Plus series, Little America. With over 50 million streams online, ILYAS excels as a singer, songwriter, composer, producer, actor, and entrepreneur. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. He founded Vocal Tunes, a pioneering a cappella production house, collaborating with industry giants. His music resonates worldwide, and his dynamic stage presence connects with diverse audiences, pushing the boundaries of creativity in the arts. So we are talking about no one else but Brother ILYAS MAO. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you for having me, guys. MashaAllah.
You're most welcome. We're very happy to have you, Brother ILYAS, and it's a privilege to have you on the show today. I think maybe this is your first interview with people from the Middle East, all the way from Oman.
Yes, actually, yes. It's the first.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, it won't be the last after our audience, get to know you. And maybe one day you're going to visit Oman, inshallah, when it's not 50 degrees.
Inshallah.
During winter.
I wonder how Ramadan is in 50 degrees, subhanAllah.
But I'm surprised, Hatim, every time we have a guest, why do you always tell that to them? Is it you're trying not to invite them to come to Oman, or what exactly? Or you're just trying to warn them so they get ready from the beginning?
No, listen, Ali. When you go to propose, you want to get married. If you don't have a job, you need to tell the bride, you know what? I don't have a job.
That's right.
I don't have a car. I don't have a house.
You need to
be honest. Yeah. You don't want them to arrive at the airport and then, disappear on the next plane.
Yes.
That's right,
true.
subhanAllah.
Subhanallah. So I think for people in the Middle East, I'm not sure if they know about you, but I think definitely in Oman, not many people would know who ILYAS MAO is. So if you can tell us generally, who are you and what do you do?
Bismillah. My name is ILYAS MAO, and I am Somali. I was born in Somalia, left Somalia when I was 2. So I don't remember anything about Somalia. Moved to Pakistan, lived there for about 6 years, and then moved to Canada. So I discovered this ability of music, like this musical talent, musical ability. I didn't discover it. It was actually my family who discovered it. And the way they discovered it was they bought this keyboard, this toy piano, and then I found it very fascinating, and I started playing on it and made some sounds, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, right? So I started just playing around with that, and and then I in grade 8, when I was probably 12, 13, is when I was curious about this whole music thing. So one of my friends introduced me to this software called Fruity Loops. And Fruity Loops is a music production software where you can record, you can make beats, you can make music. So I was using that, and fast forward to high school, I was still using it until university. I got introduced to a different software. And right before university is when one of my friends who's a DJ, he discovered my voice. He's like, whoa, you have a voice here. I'm like, no, I like making music. And then he's like, no, well, you can also sing. And then I tried it, and and since then I started singing. So that was like age of 17. And then from 17 all the way up to 24, I was creating music. I was selling music. I was performing in not so halal places, and so and the music I was making was not so halal either. So and then at the age of 24, I switched to making nasheeds. I quit music. I stopped all that I was doing in the past, and then
What made you switch, Brother Ilyas? If you don't mind me
it
asking.
was yeah. So when I was in university, I discovered the Muslim Students Association, and
Okay.
that's when I sort of tapped into my deen. I met more Muslims. Remember, in Canada in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, there were not many Muslims in my school, right?
Yeah.
And the Muslims that were there, we were few, and we were just living the Jahil lifestyle, and so Subhanallah, one thing that I had was God consciousness, and
Alhamdulillah.
that sort of like made me feel guilty for the music that I was making and performing at the nightclubs and the bars. It made me feel very guilty, and I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed the music part of it, but the content was very bad, right? So I always had this guilt, making music that's like haram, that I can't show my parents, my family, my nephews and nieces. I can't show them that type of music because there's curse words, there's swearing, it's vulgar. So it didn't feel right. And so for many years it didn't feel right. I just didn't know how to channel that into positivity because of the lifestyle I was around, right? So I met many Muslims in university, and then that's when I sort of dabbled into nasheeds, right? So in the MSA, they were doing some events, and they were like, "Hey, Ilyas, could you try because they knew I was into music, they just
Yeah.
didn't know what type of music, right? So they were like, Ilyas, do you sing nasheeds?" I was like, "Well, I can try," right? And I made my first nasheed in university, and I performed it at the Eid Gala. We had like the
MashaAllah.
first ever Eid Gala. Everybody got dressed up, and then we had like catering service. It's all students, by the way, student run. So I did my nasheed there, and then since then, like I was kind of going back and forth with nasheeds and the other type of music I was making. And then 2014 was like when life got real, because I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be mid-20s very soon. I'll be 25 very soon, and then I can't keep doing this. It just doesn't feel right. So
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, in 2014, 2015 is when I switched to nasheeds.
Did you find it difficult to switch to nasheed in terms of technicality, like the maqamat in nasheed is different than the Western songs? So
Yeah.
how did you find the
So
transition?
Hatim, how did
so
you know
it
about
was
all
it
this
was
stuff?
difficult.
That's
It was
Maqamat. He's
difficult.
talking big words, man.
that's general knowledge, man.
It was to be honest, it was very difficult because I used to use music, and for me to create music, it takes me very short time, like probably 10 minutes, and I have a full production, right? When it
MashaAllah.
comes to vocals only, it's definitely harder. It's much harder. You have to record with your voice, with you have to sing, right? You're singing
Yeah.
constantly, right? Making the keys, and you have to basically sing in a very weird voice sometimes if you want to achieve a certain sound. So
Yes.
many times, my brothers would walk in. They were like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "Nyah," like making weird
Meow,
noises
meow,
with my
meow.
voice. Yeah, like just making weird noises with my voice, just trying things out because I can't use musical instruments anymore, so I have to use my voice and my mouth. So with regards to maqamat and the style, I didn't really switch my style because the nasheeds that I make, it's sort of R&B. I make R&B nasheeds.
Yes.
So this is what we introduce to the world. We introduce a new style of nasheeds. So now, back then when I was younger, we quit music in Ramadan only. So in Ramadan we would stop listening to music, and we would start listening to nasheeds. I think that's why my Ramadan views are very, like, it skyrockets in Ramadan, and then after Eid, it just plummets. Maybe many people are on the same boat, but yeah, I mean, we would stop listening to music and we would listen to Dawood Warren's beat when we were younger.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, Ahmed Bukhatir. That's
Ahmed Bukhatir.
so actually, like you remember how I mentioned I grew up in Pakistan. I was born in Somalia, speaking Somali language, and then learning Urdu, and then coming to Canada, learning English, right? So with all of these cultures, I was able to pick up all types of musical melodies and all of that, right? So for me, it was easy switch. I can sing in Arabic, I can sing in Urdu, I can sing in Somali, I can sing in many different languages and cultures. So alhamdulillah, that was a beneficial thing for me.
What I noticed in some munshids, especially the Westerners, when they tend to sing nasheeds, they have this Arabian tone added into it, which sometimes it doesn't feel right. You know, when you're singing an English song and then you have this Arabic tone, it sounds really weird.
Yeah.
So
it sounds weird. It sounds
weird.
So I don't do that. That's the thing. Like with me, I grew up listening to R&B. I grew up listening to hip hop, right? So when I make my nasheeds, I don't add that because it's two different cultures. If I were to mix the two, I would rather do Arabic with Western melody.
Oh, and it works right well, huh?
Yeah. I've tried it a couple of times. Like for example, My Rahman Ya Rahman. Right? So that it was originally by Mishari Al-Afasi.
Yes. Yeah.
However, I recomposed it and I reproduced it. So it has a new melody.
Let's hear it.
Right?
I can't wait to hear it.
I knew that was coming. So Rahman Ya Rahman, for example, I'll give you an example, okay? The original one is, so Rahman Ya Rahman, Sa'idni Ya Rahman, Ishrah Sadri Qur'an, املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن. And then he goes لله لله يهفو آمالي لله ولحفظ كتاب الله من أول بسم الله للختم وللرضوان. Right? So then when I wanted to actually do the same song. I wanted to do a cover of Rahman Ya Rahman. So it was Ramadan of 2020, where everybody was locked up.
Locked down.
Oh, lockdown.
Locked up. All of the above. So I was sitting there in my studio, and I tried it. I looked at the lyrics. Mind you, I don't understand Arabic, okay? I can pronounce it. I can fool everybody.
You can see that, mashallah.
Your pronunciation is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So I'm able to pronounce it, but I'm not able, I don't understand it. And make dua for me because I'm trying to learn Arabic and I'm trying to understand Arabic as well. So I was sitting there. It just didn't feel right. It was just, for me, I like to spice things up. I like to add a little seasoning to things, you know? So what I did was, I said, Rahman Ya Rahman, Sa'idni Ya Rahman, Ishrah Sadri Qur'an, املأ قلبي قرآن واسق حياتي قرآن. It has that the Western melody, right? And then I said, لله لله يهفو آملي لله ولحفظ كتاب الله من أول بسم الله للختم وللرضوان. So I made a Western chord, and then I followed the Western style of singing. I made a Western melody to it. So Arabic with Western will work. It works.
Now I can see that it works. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But when you do like
the other way around.
When you do like I can't even, you know what, I'm not going to mention any names.
Sounds funny.
But when you do English with Arabic melody, it sounds odd.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
Right?
I think a lot of the munshids who were in the Arab world and then wanted to make their songs universal, so they switched to English, and maybe English is not their first language,
right?
And they were not very familiar with the English tone, so it sounded very odd. I remember in the Middle East in the 90s, late 90s, a few of these brothers have produced, one or two songs in their albums in English, and me being someone from the Middle East, I couldn't comprehend what happened. But
yes,
we appreciate their effort of trying.
Yes,
and
of course.
But it's not their area.
Yeah. I know. I hear what you're saying. It's and it's some even some singers in the West, like some munshids in the West, maybe they were not exposed to music much growing up, right? Maybe there and there are a lot of qurra that they're hufad and whatnot, but when they try to sing in English, they're applying maqam, like the Quranic, right, melody to the lyrics, which doesn't sound right.
Exactly.
Right. So subhanallah, I do have clients that I help out. I fix their melodies. I create new melodies and compositions for them, and they follow my lead. I give them the reference track, and I have it like written for them, and then they just sing it the way I would sing it. Yeah. Right. So
mashallah.
Hatim, I think we need Ilyas here. I think I remember I told you that we have an issue with English nasheeds. So maybe Ilyas can solve that issue for us.
Who's singing, by the way? Who is Hatim singing or Ali?
Oh no, we're not there. We're talking about other singers that we have in the country.
So in Oman, tell me about Oman, by the way. How's the Islamic entertainment in Oman?
Well, Islamic entertainment, I don't know how Islamic it is.
But it's entertaining.
Because we have entertainment, but how Islamic it is, that's a different story.
But what I mean is like nasheeds, performing nasheeds.
We do have competitions of nasheed, but it's like the hardcore, Hijazi maqam nasheed and so on.
Yeah.
And it happens like once a year. But mainly in a lot of events that have an Islamic umbrella, they would have someone performing. Most probably it will be in Arabic, unless the event, every Ramadan we have an event. It's called Ta'aruf. It's a public iftar for non-Muslims. So and then they invite speakers from abroad, and they also would have a brother who would perform a nasheed in English, and then it doesn't work out because these brothers are used to singing in Arabic, and then suddenly they're mimicking an English nasheed like Mahir Zain or Sami Yusuf, but it's just not working out. But that's the only available talent at the moment. We don't have dedicated people who could, sing in English.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I understand. Yeah, I mean it's definitely something like you see here Muslims in the West, we have a complete different culture, right?
Mm.
So for us, we're Muslims in the West practicing our deen but with a Western touch. Like when it comes to the deen, like there's no compromise in the deen, like but we have a different culture with regards to the arts because
Mm.
you see like we have nasheed concerts here in the West,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where kids, families, and they come and they enjoy Islamic art with
Mm.
it's in English. Some people sing in Arabic. We incorporate like du'a in the nasheeds. So it's Islamic. Um, it's inspired by Islam,
Yeah.
Mm.
right? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
inspired by the deen. So we might use references from the Quran and the Sunnah, right? And then
Yes.
we create like like a creative lyrics, and then we sing it in a creative way. So for us, it's like da'wah for our
Mm.
own Muslim brothers and sisters, and hopefully, when non-Muslims hear it, they kind of like get drawn into it, right? So
Yeah.
that's the kind of culture we have here in the West. Like so in the U.S., Canada, UK, Australia, that's where I perform
Yeah.
majority of the times. I've never really performed in an Arab country, or anywhere else, to be honest.
Mm.
I think in the West, when you are a minority, then you need such concerts to bring people together, to bring the Muslims, and to
Exactly.
give them
Exactly.
an alternative entertainment, like concert. But in the middle
Exactly.
in the
Sah.
Middle East or the Arab world, the halal entertainment is everywhere, so they don't have to do
Mm,
a concert, but everything is available.
right.
You have special, seatings where people can gather, and
Right.
then they have nasheed and so on. So if you
Yeah.
want the Western entertainment, is there. If you want clubbing, it's there. If you want nasheed groups, it's
Everything's there
there.
basically.
Everything is there. Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for.
But unfortunately, you won't find a lot of English nasheeds in the Middle East,
No,
especially in
no.
Oman. I don't think
Yeah.
so. So, and I don't know if there's
Right.
any public for that. I'm sure there are people who like to listen to R&B songs, and
Hmm.
maybe it will be a good replacement to have an Arabic Islamic nasheed. But
Maybe,
I
Right.
don't.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe Ali, we can. I will send you a YouTube, Ali. You can and then play it. It's an
Hmm.
example of one of the brothers performing in English,
Okay.
and you'll be surprised who wrote the lyrics.
Don't tell me you did it.
Yes. There's no one else to do
MashaAllah.
it, man. Yeah, there's no one else to do it, so I had to do it, man. I had to.
MashaAllah. So
MashaAllah.
you're that talented. MashaAllah.
No, no,
Now
no,
I
no.
know.
Don't push it, Ali. No, don't push it.
I'll do
Hatim.
the.
Hatim. So you write lyrics.
No, I don't. I don't. Subhanallah, because I do talk shows on this TV channel, and then every time the producer says, "Okay, it's your program is in English, so we have to have something in English." So, and
Yes.
then one day
Yes.
I just scribbled a few words, and then I got a brother who at least he can speak English, so he said, "Okay, I'll try and perform." So he performed,
MashaAllah.
and it became the intro of the program. And then,
MashaAllah.
subhanallah, later on, I had two dreams. And during the dreams, I was writing lyrics about, one of them is about the Prophet ﷺ, one of them is about
Sallallahu
Sayyidina Yusuf. And
MashaAllah.
when I got up, I just remembered the lyrics and I wrote them down. And
MashaAllah.
I'm just trying to remember where I stored these lyrics, because I was hoping that one day
Subhanallah.
I might pass it on to someone who maybe if he thinks it's good enough, he can perform it.
You
MashaAllah.
wrote lyrics in your dreams and you
Yeah,
remembered it.
yeah, yeah. I'm not,
Allah
but I'm not,
Mubarak. That's beautiful.
I'm not a writer. Honestly, I don't write
And this was in
lyrics, but
English
it
or
just
Arabic?
happened in English.
Subhanallah.
Wow. I wish I could write in my dreams.
He dreams in English. By the way, Hatim dreams in English.
Yeah, I do.
You dream in English.
Yes, I dream in English.
Allah.
SubhanAllah. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I dream in English, man.
Oh my
Subhanallah.
goodness. So in Oman, are there a lot of English speakers? Like you guys, mashallah, you guys speak great English. So are the majority learning English as well?
Oh yeah,
Or is it
it's the second language actually, and nowadays you'll see plenty
Mashallah.
of people, even Omanis, they speak English among themselves to that extent.
That's
we-
amazing.
and
Everybody
the Arabic
speaks
is disappearing a little bit.
It's disappearing.
I just
man.
hope the culture doesn't disappear either.
Oh man, that's scary.
That's very scary.
Yeah.
you know, the Middle East is very westernized, Brother Ilyas. You would be surprised that we have Arabs who don't speak Arabic and don't understand a word of Arabic. Some of them even can't read the Quran. You know, unfortunately, that we're heading towards that direction. But we're
Subhanallah.
trying our level best to preserve the language and our deen. It's not
Inshallah,
an
inshallah.
easy ride, but subhanallah, the Western influence to the youth is,
We have
it's
to
very
reverse
big.
that,
Yeah.
brother.
Inshallah,
Very true.
inshallah,
Very true.
inshallah.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, Brother Ilyas, now I'm a little bit curious and excited to hear about how you do this mouth, voice, I don't know, beatboxing, whatever you call it, through your mouth. How does this music come out of your mouth? Tell us a little bit about it.
So look, when I quit music, right? I didn't have any other choice but to create instruments with my mouth. How else am I gonna perform? Otherwise, you're gonna hear the same old nasheed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exactly. Every
Or
time I
like-
try to look for sound effects and the vocals, this is
It's
exactly
just
what I get.
Oh
man. And always sad.
It's like, who's dying? Like, come on.
Exactly.
So basically, you see, like all those years in my jahiliyyah creating music, I learned a lot, right?
I like
learned
the
a lot
Jahiliyyah
from-
part.
Yeah, jahiliyyah, man. Subhanallah. Growing up in Canada, I mean, my parents tried their best. They put us into madrasas and they put us into Quranic schools. But then we go to the school, and majority of our time we're at school, right? We're going to public school too. So yeah, like we all went through a jahiliyyah phase. And now, subhanallah, like now I'm thinking, okay, I grew up in Canada, right? Do I want my kids to go through the same, the same environment? Or so yeah, we put our kids into Islamic schools, and we try our best, right? We're living here in the West, and we're trying our best to keep them on the right path. Of course, Allah is the one who guides, but we as parents have to do our part. When our parents came here, they tried their best to do their parts. They established the masajids, they established, but a lot of Muslims went down the wrong path, right? So yeah, like when that's the type of music that I knew, and when I quit, I had to create a piano with my voice. How do you do that?
Subhanallah.
Right? So like,
Exactly.
so I have alhamdulillah, I have my microphone, I have my computer. All I needed to add was a reverb, like an echo, right? And then all I did was boom, 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 right? So then when you add a little bit of reverb to it, it sounds really nice, right? Obviously, we're not trying to like, there's a lot of controversy in that as well. Like people ask, why are you trying to mimic piano, or when I do like
Mashallah.
right, or when I do like a hat, like a right, when I do all of these things, it's what I grew up with. This is the culture that I grew up with, right?
Also, this was not new to you.
No,
been doing
I mean,
this.
No, I haven't been doing it. It's just I just started doing it when I started creating nasheeds. Because this is all I know. This is the type of art that I grew up with, but I want to do something positive with it, right? I'm not using musical instruments, so I have to use my voice. And when I put it all together on the computer, it sounded really nice. And I was like, okay, so this can replace the music. And then we started writing nasheed lyrics. We started writing, things about the Prophet or, about being grateful. Like I said, every track that we make, it has to be beneficial. It has to be faith inspired. Majority of my nasheeds are from like the hadith and stuff and the Quran.
But
Almost
Ilyas,
almost every nasheed.
but Ilyas, don't people approach you and say to you like sometimes, it sounds like music. They can't
All the
differentiate
time.
between what you do and music.
Yeah.
How you get into this argument with them all the time, guys? This is my voice, so instruments.
Right. But here's the thing though. These people that claim it sounds like music. So then I asked them, what musical instrument do you hear? Do you hear a string? Do you hear where is it? Where's the piano? Which? And then when you dissect everything and when you separate all the tracks, you can hear the voice.
Yeah.
Right? For them, it's too good to be true. When all these voices are together, oh my God, it's too good to be true. It must be music. Haram. So like.
So you have
So, I mean-
the haram police are behind you, even
All
in
the
Canada.
time. Yeah. They used to get at me all the time, but look, I'm friends, like if you look at my WhatsApp, I'm friends with a lot of shuyukh, right? I'm friends with scholars. I'm friends with people who studied the deen for many, many years. They studied fiqh, they studied hadith, they studied everything, Quran, you name it, right? So I have people that I consult with, right?
Alhamdulillah.
I have people that learned, that went to Al-Azhar University or Medina University or Al-Qura or you name it. Or they studied in, Mauritania or and subhanAllah, I did my research. I'm like, okay, look, can I make this? Can I use my voice to make nasheeds? Now, one mufti or scholar, he told me, look, what you guys are doing, he's like, me personally, I don't listen to it. I don't like listening to it. But he told me, what you guys are doing for the youth, we can be on the pulpit for 2 hours, but you guys can deliver the same message in 2 minutes, and it's more effective.
Subhanallah.
So he told me, continue what you're doing, Sheikh.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
continue. So then, subhanallah, when I see parents with their children after the show or after the concert, they come up and they thank me. They're like, thank you so much for providing this for our children. Some families, they stop listening to the radio, they stop listening to music, they listen to, what we do. Now, I'm not saying leave music and come to the nasheeds and just that's it. No, we are basically the middle path between music and the Quran. We are hoping that people leave the haram music, they can replace it with this, and then inshallah we can inspire them with our lyrics for them to get attached to the Quran. You understand? So
Yeah,
we're middlemen. What we do, we're the middlemen. We're
So do
delivery
I-
people.
Do I understand that you normally take your nasheeds from the Quran, or do you also, is there anything anywhere else? I mean, is there anything specific, any specific topic that you normally sing about?
Yeah, so the topics, so basically sometimes it's like straight poetry. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of both actually. There's one nasheed that I have called Rabbana. Now I wanted to incorporate dua into my nasheed, right? Because I wanted some hasanat from the people. I want people to memorize this dua, right? So that I can get rewards for it, inshallah. Right?
Inshallah.
So it's called Rabbana. It goes Bismillah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Now, alhamdulillah, this video hit 1 million plus views.
MashaAllah.
And
MashaAllah.
I pray Allah accepts it from me, so that all those millions of people that are listening or singing along, their dua, I'm getting ajr from their dua,
MashaAllah.
inshallah.
Amen. Amen.
Right?
Inshallah.
So when I contacted my friend and I gave him the melody, right? I gave him the melody first, and the melody is in gibberish. I told him da 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 da. I told him this is the melody. I need help with the lyrics. So he said he wrote for me, and his name is Khadar Kaido. May Allah bless him. Shout out to Kaido if you're watching this. Shout out to Kaido. Kaido, he wrote, so many promises. This world gave me nothing but some false hope. A lost soul chasing after dark roads. Them finer things really don't mean nothing. If I forget the end goal, that poverty gon' lay between my very two eyes. That's hadith, by the way.
Subhanallah.
He broke it down.
MashaAllah.
And then he goes, and heaven's all I wanna know. So I'ma make sure I get the best of both lives. How many times I've gone astray. And if I crawl, he runs to me. That's another hadith. When you walk to Allah, he runs to you. When you know? So like he incorporated so many hadiths and lessons from the Quran. And you know, it's barakah. I love when there's like hidden, you know how the kuffar they put like hidden satanic verses and stuff. we put hidden Quranic and hadith verses in there, So yeah, like to be honest, like the naysayers, the people who criticize, okay, khalas, criticize me all you want, but what are you doing for the deen? What have you done for the deen?
Yeah.
So that's what I asked them.
Hatim, I think next time when you pray Taraweeh, you need to read the dua that way. Huh? So that he can also get rewarded for that.
Inshallah.
Ali, if I read it like that in the mosque, I will be crucified.
Everybody.
You know what's funny? I was in Umrah. I went with a group, okay, and we're doing tawaf around the Kaaba, and I'm very emotional. Tears are running down my eyes. I'm making dua because the sheikh is like, from here to here, ask Allah for anything, right? And we're making dua. And then as I'm walking slowly, right, it's packed in Al-Kaaba, and it's everybody's walking, crying, making dua. All I hear is Rabbana atina fi, right here, right by my shoulders. I look, and it's one of my friends. La ilaha illallah. I just started laughing. I'm like, bro, you just literally, I was emotional. I was making dua, and then all I hear is Rabb. He's using my melody. Subhanallah, man. It was just funny. But yeah, may Allah accept it from us. What we're doing, it's amilu salihat, and we don't say that it's part of the deen. Rather, we're trying to inspire the youth.
Subhanallah. I think all of us should try, to get alternative for our youth, especially, you brothers are in the West. You are surrounded by Abu Jahals and Abu Lahab, and you need
La
to do
ilaha
something,
illallah.
an alternative for your kids. Otherwise, the direction of the world is a very dark place. So may Allah reward
Very
you
much so.
for your efforts. And, one person, if he's guided, he stops listening to, all of that filth, and he starts listening to something that inspires him in his deen, then that will be in your records on the day of judgment.
Inshallah.
Bi'idhnillahi
Inshallah.
ta'ala. So just keep on doing what you're doing, brother.
Inshallah, man. Just make dua for us, man. It gets really hard sometimes because, in this industry, we're doing everything on our own. We're planning the video shoot. We're planning the photo shoot. We're planning everything is on our own. We don't have a record label. We don't have like, assistants who choose the outfits for it. We're doing everything on our own.
When
It's
you
hard.
when you say we, I mean, do you really have a team, or we're talking about how many people? In the
Yeah,
team?
so like not many people. Like this is just some of us Western nasheed artists. I'm talking about like the ones that are here living in the UK, Canada, or the US. That's who I'm
Yeah.
talking about. So we're a small group of people that are trying our best to to do and alhamdulillah, it's growing. It's growing. Many people. It's being received very well. We were just in. It was myself and a brother named Isam, brother named Sayed, Saif Adam. We went to South Africa. We got booked to perform in Durban and Johannesburg. And subhanallah, the family that booked us, it's subhanallah, one family. They just brought all of us. They brought all of us to come, paid for the flights and put us into resort. May Allah bless them.
Yeah.
We were staying in resorts, subhanallah, police service, like escort service, it was crazy experience. And all of that because we inspired that family. We helped, with their hardships. They were going through hardship, and they used to listen to my nasheeds, Saif Adam and Sayed and Isam. They used to listen to our nasheeds to feel, to come out of a dark space in their lives. So they were very grateful, and they brought all of us to do a performance, to do a whole concert, subhanallah, in South Africa. So we never know who we're inspiring. We never know. So it's very interesting, subhanallah.
Subhanallah. I found the dream, the lyrics of the dream.
Bismillah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Let's hear it.
Okay, let's go. But again, this is not my words. It's from the dream. So
Subhanallah.
let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is Yusuf alayhi salam. It says, a vision from the Creator descended to a messenger, reflected in prostration and admiration. The planets had betrayed him. In a whale they threw him, with no one to embrace him or courage to face him. O Yusuf, alone in the dark with no single spark, slavery took a baby face with a few coins in a case. O Yusuf, beauty that was never embraced, a queen of every place, took the pretty face, squeezed him in his own space, tore his grace through his chase. O Yusuf, this is just a part of it,
Allahu
inshallah.
Akbar.
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar. You remembered all of this from your dream.
Yeah, subhanallah. I don't know why, but
Wow.
somehow I managed to write it down before I forget it. And I also wrote in the dream about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which says, when you ask of his name before he got his fame, while his people were in shame, as-sadiq al-amin, as-sadiq al-amin. Truthfulness were his words, trustworthy was his deeds. If they only had believed, to feel the actual need, the relief of such a creed, as-sadiq al-amin, as-sadiq al-amin, and so on.
Subhanallah. That just came. Wow, here it is.
Can you let's see your skills, Ilyas, if you can make a song out of it right away.
You're putting me on the spot. It takes time, admiration. So a vision from the Creator descended to a messenger, reflected in prostration and admiration. The planets had betrayed him. In a whale they threw him, with no one to embrace him or courage to face him. You see, like, when I create nasheeds, there are certain ways, right? Like this, for example, it's a bit tougher because it's not following a rhythm.
Oh yeah.
This is poetry, right? So what I would do with this is sort of like rewrite it in a way where it has a rhythm. So when it comes to any type of music or nasheed, or it's following 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yes.
So like in my mind, I'm thinking, or that's a 4-beat count. There's also a 3-beat count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, right? And then there's the 7/8 where Persians and some Syrians use it. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, dun, 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 dun. That's more of like a Persian and right.
Turkish.
Turkish, yes, Turkish as well. So now when I read these lyrics, a vision from the Creator descended to a messenger, reflected in prostration. And then I wish there was another line that rhymed with messenger.
Yeah.
Because right now it's Creator, messenger, prostration, admiration. So betrayed him. Maybe the plan is so like a vision from the Creator descended to a messenger, reflected in prostration and admiration. The planets had betrayed him. In a well they threw him, with no one to embrace him, or courage to face him. And then he goes, oh, Yusuf, ah, oh, Yusuf.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. You did it, man. You did it. MashaAllah.
So like, obviously it needs like some adjusting with the rhythm. And then it's nice. Alone in the dark with no single spark. Slavery took a baby face with a few coins in a case. SubhanAllah, I can't believe like you made this in your dream. SubhanAllah.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man.
It's beautiful, SubhanAllah. So is this the first time you ever experienced this?
As
have
poetry,
you tried writing?
Yes. As poetry,
Okay.
yes, it's the first time, and
Okay.
I was really shocked. I didn't know why, but subhanallah. And there was the first time that I literally just scribbled a few things, and then it became an intro.
Amazing.
Of later on, Ali is going to send you the YouTube video of the guy singing
Inshallah.
it. You will have an idea of you're watching us from your phone, I think, right? You can't
Yeah.
so it won't be possible now, but later on, inshallah,
Okay.
you can listen to it and tell us what you think, inshallah.
Inshallah. Wow, Muscat, huh?
Yeah, man.
Amazing. Allah. I have a couple of friends that live there actually, and some family
in Muscat.
Oh,
in Muscat, yes.
MashaAllah. I think there's a very strong tie between Oman and Mogadishu, because
yes,
Oman ruled the east coast of Africa, and they had a wali in Mogadishu.
Like a wali?
Wali is a governor, like a governor.
Oh, wali. Okay, yeah, wali. Okay.
Wali.
Okay.
I even have friends who are half Omani, half Somali, and they.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's not surprising to me, because many. So we are called Reer Hamar. Okay.
Reer Hamar.
Yeah, Reer Hamar means the people. Okay.
Yes.
Hamar is basically Ahmar, the red people.
The red people. Okay.
So Somalia is so that area are people that are more light skinned, right? So they used to call us red people. So even in Arabic, like back in the Prophet ﷺ's times, they used to call white people red. Remember?
Yeah.
They would call them red.
Yes.
So I think that's where we get our name. Like our tribe name is called Ahlul Ahmar, right? Now, if you look at Mogadishu, if you look at Somalia, there's Oman is right here. Yemen is here. There used to be in India as well. We used to trade. There used to be a lot of trading happening in Somalia. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm mixed with Omani or Yemeni or Indian or whatever it is, right? I wouldn't be surprised.
You look like an Omani, man. If you come to Oman,
no one will make a difference.
No one will tell that you're not Omani. You look like us, man. Yeah, you look like us.
Yeah, man. I might be. You know, I have family that lives there. They live there. I have friends who left Canada, and they teach English in Muscat. So
MashaAllah.
they teach English. One is a principal. Another one is teaching in a university in Oman.
Are you talking about Mr. Hijaz and Mr. Hamza?
Yes, Ijaz and Hamza. Yes,
I know them very well, man. Shout out to Mr. Hamza and Mr. Hijaz.
mashallah. Yeah, beautiful brothers. I used to see them here in Canada all the time, and then they made that decision to move to Oman, and they're loving it in Oman. Subhanallah.
And they got married, huh?
Alhamdulillah.
They got married, and no, actually, they got married. Like I think Hamza got married there, but Ijaz got married here, and then he got an opportunity to teach English in Oman, and yeah, he packed up his bags and left. And he tells me that's the best decision he's ever made in his life. Right?
Subhanallah.
So
When is
let
your
me tell
turn,
you guys
man?
something. Let me tell you guys something. Actually,
Yeah.
many people in the West, many Muslims in the West, are thinking of an exit strategy.
Oh,
Many of us want to leave the West.
I
It's
won't be
getting
surprised.
very difficult. Yeah, it's getting very difficult. The fitness too much, right? Like subhanallah, it's way more expensive than it used to be, right? And it's just living here is getting very, very hard. Now, we were talking before the show started. I know some people that moved to Turkey. Some people moved to Malaysia.
Yeah.
Some people moved to Egypt. And subhanallah, who knows? I myself, might leave as well. So, but I need to visit before I even make that decision, because you have to solidify something before
yeah.
you leave, right?
Definitely.
Listen, let's make a deal. You decide to come for a visit and don't worry about anything. Just
Yeah.
give us a call.
Subhanallah.
I'm coming, and khalas. Don't worry about
Inshallah.
anything. We will take care
Inshallah.
of you. Yeah, you just come.
Inshallah. I really
Inshallah.
appreciate it. I love the kind gesture, mashallah. That's what
And
I noticed with Omanis, like very, very kind-hearted, very warm, and subhanallah, I'm definitely
alhamdulillah,
going to plan something, inshallah, very soon,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
inshallah. It's out of the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not out of our own will. But I assure you, when you come to Oman, you're going to have a different experience of living in a
Experience?
Muslim country.
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah,
Inshallah. I
inshallah.
heard Oman is one of the better Muslim countries where, there's not much fitna going on like other countries.
Don't say that. They'll be upset. Don't
I
tell
don't care.
anyone.
I don't care. No, but it's I hear it all the time. There are, in Oman, like, mashallah, there's a lot of deen activities going on, like,
Yeah,
you guys are
alhamdulillah,
practicing, and
alhamdulillah.
mashallah, and
We
that's
we
something
have
that,
we not
yeah,
only have a deen practice, but we have also a very high level of freedom. Yeah, I mean,
mashallah,
you can express yourself, and people will respect your opinion, and there is no they don't suppress your voice. When something is against Allah and His Messenger, you speak about it, you won't find yourself
subhanallah,
behind bars. Just people respect.
mashallah,
So that's one of
mashallah.
the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this country, that you
Alhamdulillah.
have a balance. Whoever
Hmm.
wants to practice his deen, he's free. Whoever wants to mess around and lose his akhirah, they're free what to
Yeah,
do. As long as they don't influence other people's lives, then
right.
it's you're free to do whatever you want.
Mashallah,
Alhamdulillah,
mashallah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil
And
Alameen. We ask Allah to preserve
I
what we
mean,
have,
Ameen.
inshallah.
and one of the qualities,
Ameen.
maybe, and being an Omani, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I think we could mention that we don't see differences with people, regardless of their nationalities. Like other companies, other countries, you would see that they have that superiority. I see myself better than others, and you just guess, you leave
Yes.
the country. No, we're welcoming people, and we consider them as
MashaAllah.
part of family, and we mix and mingle with them.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. But just 50 degrees, akhi.
That's the
I'm
only
sorry,
thing.
man.
That's the only
We'll
thing.
sort it out. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. Don't worry.
We have air conditioners in the houses, in the car, so don't worry. Don't worry.
We have malls which are open. You know, the roof is open, and you have aircon. So don't worry. We'll sort it out.
Wait. So you're telling me you step outside and it's 50 degrees. How? So what do you do when you step outside? You just run to the car? Like
We're very good at sprinting.
Yeah, and we tend to hold the eggs while running, so that by the time we reach to the car, it's
it
boiled.
cooks. It cooks
It's cooked. Yeah.
I think
So,
no,
wallah, that's just crazy. Like, how do you live in that kind of? So what? You're telling me at nighttime, does it at least cool down at night?
49.
48,
48,
49.
49.
It's nice. It's nice.
I think the hottest I've ever experienced was high 30s. But you're talking about 50s.
That's winter,
not-
Hatim, right? That's winter for us.
Yeah. Our winter is 25, 28 is winter here. We're freezing cold, man.
Subhanallah.
We
Subhanallah.
put on jackets and blankets and all that.
Do you get sunburn?
No, we're used to it.
No, I don't
Like
think
your
so.
skin is used to it?
Yeah, we're used to it, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have to put on like a sunscreen or anything like that?
Well, we don't have to, but some people do. We don't have to. We don't have to.
I've never touched a sunscreen, man, in the past 45 years.
And look how handsome he looks. So,
Oh my goodness. You know, last month I was in Malaysia, and my friend and I, he's a videographer. We were shooting a music video for it's called Ya Ilah al-Kawni. It's Imam al-Rusli, but I changed the
Yes.
lyrics to Ilah al-Kawni, right? So it's all in Arabic, and we were shooting the video, and he said we have to move exactly at 6 a.m. when it's a bit cool. Okay, we moved at 7. We were kind of late. On the way there, our tire popped. Police came. They fixed the tire for us. We drove. By the time we started filming, it was 8, 9. Okay, we were late, and I didn't understand why he was such in a hurry. And then he told me the sun is gonna come right up here.
run away!
Yeah, so he's like, we can't shoot when the sun is like. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, it was nice and cool, and all of a sudden, subhanallah, it creeped up. Like the sun literally creeped up. Next thing you know, we packed up. We went in the car, and I was updating my followers on Instagram. I'm like, hey guys, salam alaikum. We shot a video. I looked at myself. I'm red and brown.
Now
at the
you're
same
really
time.
hammer. You're really hammer.
I was mixed with brown and red. I looked at myself. I started laughing. I'm like, wow. I literally got sunburned because just from the time of packing up and walking back to the car, I literally my head started peeling off after a week. When I came back to Canada, my skin was peeling off.
Ya Allah.
So I was wondering, how do you guys do it? You're telling me 50 degrees. How does that work?
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you something which is funny. I've never showed this anyone before. This is not my natural color. Okay.
Okay.
Look, this is my natural color. I'm white,
Oh,
but because of the sun, I'm
But you're
brown.
okay. So you're
Hatim, I
you
never
do
knew
get
you were
tanned
white.
then.
I am white.
I've known this guy since what 40 years. I never knew you were white.
Subhanallah.
I can't wear I can't wear a burqa when I go out. So my
Wow.
face is brown now, man.
And so that's it. Like you're tanned, and everybody in Oman is tanned.
Yeah. Somehow, yeah.
That's why I look Omani. Because I'm the same skin color as Omani, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
MashaAllah, man.
Eli-
I love learning about different cultures. MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. I'm sure inshallah you're going to love it in Oman. There's a lot to see and a lot to experience. You just pack your bags and come here, and inshallah, things
Inshallah,
will be good.
inshallah.
And
who
bring a hat with you.
bring a hat
And,
who
and a
knows
sunscreen.
and a
Yeah.
sunscreen and who knows, maybe next Ramadan you'll be the one to sing on stage. Who knows?
Subhanallah. Who knows? Who knows? Inshallah.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
to set something up in Oman, inshallah.
So
Inshallah.
now we want to hear something from you.
Before we leave,
What do you
Okay,
have
okay.
cooking?
What do I have? Okay, so there's a nasheed, my latest nasheed actually. I released it in January. And it's about all the atrocities that are happening in the world, specifically in Palestine. And you know, when the war started, we were posting a lot about it. We were, you know, educating people. We were spreading awareness on social media. Many people didn't know, right? Many people were like, "Oh, which side? Which side?" But now, subhanallah, majority of the world is on one side, and then only 2 countries are on the other side, right? So while this was happening, I came to a point where I felt helpless. You know, I'm like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? I've you know, posted online. I shared stories. I shared what's going on. Subhanallah, I felt like useless. I'm like, what can I do? What else can I do for our Muslim brothers and sisters who are being slaughtered? And then, subhanallah, there was one ayah in the Quran where it mentions the Sahabas they were getting tortured, they were getting persecuted, and then they asked the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when will the help of Allah come? When will the help of Allah come? Sah? So we watch throughout history oppressors, you know, and all those shaitans, they have a very bad ending anyway, right? So I said, okay, I guess it's in the hands of Allah. All of this is in the hands of Allah. We have tried. We tried boycotting, you know, and alhamdulillah, you know, boycotting certain brands, it took a hit on them, but it's not enough, right?
True.
So I said, it's in the hands of Allah. What we can do is just make dua, right? Now the Sahabas, they didn't say, will Allah's help come? But they said, when will Allah's help come? And then Allah said, indeed, my help is near. So I made a whole nasheed called In Your Hands, because I'm asking Allah, Ya Rabbi, you know, this is all in your hands. Please, you know, help our brothers and sisters. So it goes like this. Where there's a will, there is a way, unless Allah wills an ending today. Yes, I can try, do what I may, still the whole world couldn't change what he says. Money can buy power, oh, and it can buy pretty things, hey. But spend as you like, you'll find what it means when he says you can't buy peace. All of the world's in your hands, moving exactly the way that you planned. Even the ones that deny only survive cause it's you who provides. I find my heart at peace as I taste on these words and see all of the world's in your hands. To you I pray. I wanted to know, when will my Lord save the day? My face to the floor, begging for water and with no delay. But I have learned and I have seen, sacrificing for the deed. So it's true he could end it, but with evil we prove who's good. All of the world's in your hands, moving exactly the way that you planned. Even the ones that deny only survive cause it's you who provides. I find my heart at peace as I taste on these words and see All of the world's in your hands. To you I pray, pray. He's in control, holding my soul. He's in control, holding my soul. All of my plans, all of my hope, all of my time, all of my life. All of the world's in your hands, moving exactly the way that you plan. Even the ones that deny only survive 'cause it's you who provides. I find my heart at peace as I taste on these words and see all of the world's in your hands. To you I pray, pray.
Jazakallah khair.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
Thank you.
Brilliant,
Thank you.
mashallah.
Thank you
Very
so
nice,
much.
man. Very nice, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. May Allah accept it, man. May
Ameen,
Allah help
ameen,
all those people that
ameen.
are suffering.
Ya
And
Rab,
it's
ya Rab.
Ramadan. We make sincere dua for our brothers and sisters. And, not only in Palestine, but in Sudan, in Congo,
Ameen.
in Syria, Lebanon. The Muslim Ummah is suffering.
Suffering,
know,
yes.
Subhanallah.
We're all suffering and we're
The Ummah
all
is
done.
crying.
We're
Subhanallah.
crying and it hurts.
Pain.
It hurts. But inshallah khair, inshallah khair.
This is like an awakening. We actually need such things. This is like an awakening for us because we sleep, we forget, and we need such reminders. So jazakallah khair,
Sah.
jazakallah khair, really.
It's my pleasure.
I have a confession to make.
Bismillah.
I have a talk show, a live talk show every single day on the radio in Ramadan, a show called Halal Boys. And during the break,
Okay.
Our favorite, nasheed is yours. We always play your
MashaAllah.
nasheed on the national radio. So keep on
Subhanallah.
inspiring us. Yeah.
Subhanallah. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Now I can say my nasheeds are being played in Oman.
MashaAllah.
Yes, they are played in Oman, man. They are played in Oman. Jazakallah khair for your
You see,
efforts.
I don't know who's listening. I don't know. I just release it and the rest is up to Allah.
He is
Right.
he is only one of those, I don't know, thousands, millions of people who are playing. So mashallah, at least you know that there is somebody.
Inshallah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. And you
Alhamdulillah.
know what? Inshallah, I'm going to definitely plan something in the next year or so to come and visit and, just to check it out, inshallah.
Inshallah. You're most welcome anytime. Oman is your home. Whenever, I told you, whenever you feel like coming, just no planning, man. Just give us a call and we'll come and pick you up from the airport.
Just let
Inshallah.
us know.
I'll hold
if
you up to that.
Yeah, just let us know. And if you're worried about the 50 degrees, then you can come during winter time. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah.
Not 50, 48.
48. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
It was really a wonderful show, wonderful interview. I think we didn't even feel as if it was an interview. It was more of a chat. That's why we called it Chat Away.
Subhanallah.
So we can just be free and talk about
mashallah.
things. So jazakallah.
No, thank you
khair.
guys so much, man. You guys are, mashallah, you guys are amazing, man. And it's great meeting you guys. And inshallah, we'll keep the conversation going. And yeah, man, we'll definitely do something in the near future, inshallah.
Bismillah. Take care of yourself, man. See you soon. And salam to all
Inshallah.
of the brothers and sisters in Canada. And looking forward to see you, inshallah, to hug you in flesh.
Inshallah, bi'idhnillah. All right, guys. You guys take care, inshallah.
You
We
too,
still
man.
have ways to go for iftar, but we got to do some preparations and stuff, inshallah. You guys take care, inshallah.
Salam
Inshallah,
alaikum. Take care,
inshallah.
man. Take care.
Wa alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ma'assalam.
Wow, Hatim, mashallah.
What an interview, man. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Every time we get inspiring people on our show, and it feels like we know them for so many years. And this is the the blessings of Allah and the power of faith, that all believers, their hearts, lean to one another, despite them being, thousands kilometers away, but they love one another. So, Brother
Alhamdulillah.
ILYAS MAO, we love you for the sake of Allah.
We love you. Jazakallah khair. And Jazakallah khair, Hatim. And inshallah, thank you very much to our audiences and viewers. Please, if you haven't liked or shared, let's do that. It's been so many years now.
Let's go,
so that you can see better shows, better interviews, inshallah, in future. Until then,
inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.